Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Happy AF. I'm Maxine Linehan, and Happy AF, that's happy alcohol free.
And I'm Isabelle, and as always, I'm happy as fuck. So welcome, everybody.
We are so happy to be back. Today's episode, we decided to call it The Only Thing Lit is the Tree.
It still cracks me up every time.
Because, listen, we've all been lit. And now when we go to parties, we want to talk about holiday parties, right? Because we're in the thick of it. We're in the thick of holiday party season.
That's the season.
And it's a trigger point for a lot of people. It's a time of the year where people feel pressure to drink.
Right.
They're stressed about drinking. They're stressed about parties, just going to the parties. And you're guilty about not going to the parties. It's like, it's so much stuff.
Right. It doesn't have to be so complicated, right?
It doesn't have to be so complicated. Right. So we're going to talk about all of that. We're also doing a new segment called Liquid Joy, where we're going to talk about what we're drinking. Because you've been asking from episodes 1 and 2, why aren't you telling us what you're drinking? So we're going to do that.
Why is my mind always in the gutter?
Why? What did you?
Liquid Joy, and all kinds of crazy jokes are coming to mind.
Oh my God.
All right, cut this out, edit it out. Why?
I don't
What's
know.
wrong with
I don't
me?
know. There's something is wrong
There
with
is
you.
something
because,
wrong with
listen,
me.
of all of the things.
Shit, well, how am I thinking about this stuff?
Well endowed, talking about your father in the last episode
about
was
this one.
But now, I don't know how your mind went to anything other than a delicious
cocktail.
drink.
I know.
Okay, listen, that's a conversation for
I'm
another
a child.
day. Anyway, in the meantime, since the last episode, how have you been?
I've been well. As you remember, my dad had passed away. And interestingly, speaking of AF, him and my mother were supposed to go to Spain to a bridge trip.
Bridge the game.
Like the game. So a bunch of 80-something and a part of Spain that looks exactly like Florida. Literally, right? Costa del Sol. So not necessarily my cup of tea. But anywho, my mother was not going to go because she was mourning. And I said, I'll go with you. So I went to Spain. I just got back Friday.
Oh, wow.
She's still there. So I went just to make sure she was set. It was her sister was in her mid-80s, and her boyfriend. And
your mother's boyfriend, or the sister's boyfriend?
The sister's boyfriend.
I was going to say, because that was...
I would have been whoa, mama. Maybe it's not
your
just...
mom was like, and scene.
And maybe it's not just the Christmas tree that's lit. Maybe mama's on fire too. No, alas, no. But to tell you that these people are hysterical, these 80-something, the only reason I knew they were older is because after 12,000 steps, they were exhausted. That's it. But all of that to say, so I'm like, shit, how am I going to survive this kind of vacation? I'm an adventurer. So sitting on the beach on my thing, playing bridge either. So I brought 6 bottles of alcohol-free wine in my luggage. The people at the airport charged me $1 million because it was overweight.
Oh my gosh.
And I took it because I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm going to drink fizzy water the whole vacation, right?
Water.
So, and interestingly, where I'm from in Quebec, booze is sold by the state. And so every time I've brought my alcohol-free wine at a restaurant, I was told, no, it's got to come from the SAU.
Yes. That's the same in Vermont, actually, I'm pretty sure, right?
No, but Vermont have been good to me, but they're being such assholes about it. I'm like, this is like a Coca-Cola. What the fuck? If I brought my own Coca-Cola. Anyway, number one. Then in New York, another time I go to New York in a restaurant on Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn, which I won't name.
Okay.
But I'm close to it. When we're famous, I'll name them to throw them under the bus. And they did not have alcohol-free stuff on the menu. So I asked permission. I'm civilized. I said, I brought my own alcohol-free wine. All my friends at the table are going to booze, so no worries. They charged me $40.
Corkage.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck.
You're
what?
like, that's twice the cost of this bottle.
Yes. And I paid it because it was on my expense report.
So fine.
So, but in Spain, Spanish people usually are a little bit rude, obnoxious. And I speak Spanish, right? So I was like, I'll test it out. I'll bring it at the restaurant. I was certain I was going to get my head cut off. Everywhere we went in Spain, I was able to take my alcohol-free wine for free. They would put in a little bucket of ice if it was white. They were so lovely.
Amazing.
And it made it that I felt like part of the team, eating tapas and drinking at 2 p.m, except I wasn't, but I was. So it's, the stuff works. It helps.
Question, do you think, were there alcohol alcohol-free options available in many of the places that you went to. See, so that's interesting because in the places that I've been to, even in the last 6 months, we talked about going to Paris and how many places had fantastic, leave it to the French, amazing names. Cocktail, my favorite, cocktail sans risque. Without
Oh my
risk.
God, I love that.
Isn't that amazing?
But you were in Paris. I was in. It was like the Love Boat.
Okay.
On Costa del Sol. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily the same.
But I was also in. There was a couple of other places. I was in New Orleans. Same thing.
Wow.
Almost every restaurant.
Oh, that's surprising. New Orleans
had a. In fact, one restaurant, I am going to talk about this one because it's called Brennan's. It's really famous.
Right.
And it's Irish. It was founded by an Irishman. Anyway, they were pouring one of my favorite NA wines by the glass.
NA wines? Because mocktails, they have a lot of places, but they don't have the wines.
They don't have the wines. Which
wine did they have?
They Wolfer, the Wolfer Estate, the Long Island
it's
winery. It's spring in a bottle because their famous summer drink is summer in a bottle.
And
it's spring in a bottle. It's amazing.
And
I have it all the time.
It was a still wine.
No, it was a sparkling.
Sparkling. Got it.
Sparkling. But so it's interesting to think about when you have to bring your own and when things are becoming more and more available.
But that's the thing, by bringing my own, because obviously, as you can see, I'm not at all stubborn, right? I'm going to schlep my shit out of the way.
Yeah.
But in France, everywhere that I brought my own and I asked permission, they're like, of course.
Yes.
In 90% of the places, they're like, can I taste it?
Yeah.
Can you give me the name? Because I'm going to add it to the menu.
Oh my gosh.
Which
and
I'm
this
hoping
is happening to me when I go to
spread
other
it.
people's houses
Right.
now. I bring a bottle of French Bloom or I bring a bottle of some kind of sparkling non-alcoholic wine and they open it and then like, oh, can I taste it? And then I go to get myself another glass and it's gone. I'm like, okay, bitches, you just drank my
No. You drink the poison. You leave me my shit. But you also had like a busy week. Didn't you not throw a party to ignite the party season?
It's been insane. So I was in New Orleans. Halloween already happened.
And you had a
huge
party at your
Halloween
house.
Oh my gosh. Our Halloween party is amazing.
How did you deal with that? Did people stay late? Because that stressed me out.
Well, let's see. Not really.
Oh.
I would say 10 o'clock.
That's not bad.
It's not bad but also it was a Thursday night. So I couldn't have it on a Friday because actual Halloween was a Friday and the kids still love to go trick-or-treating.
Got it.
So, and this Halloween party that we have every year started as a party for my children where friends would say, is it okay if I drop my kids?
Got it.
I'll be back for them in 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Now, so it used to be 90% kids and 10% adults.
Right.
Now it's 90% adults and 10% kids.
That's awesome. That's the way the world should be as far as I'm concerned.
You're like, all the world should be that way. Obviously, that would end very quickly.
I know.
So it was amazing. I have just no issue. Every party I set up in our house now has a non-alcoholic section. I mean, I have a kids section that has like sodas and juice and Capri Sun and
yeah.
And then the bar has a fully stocked bar and an equally fully stocked NA section.
Not just a nice party. Yeah, that's the thing about parties, and we were going to talk about parties before we drink some of that delicious liquid joy here.
Okay, we're going to have to rename the segment now because I can't.
There's nothing like I'm a broken
visuals in my head.
I'm a broken
that
soul.
I
can find dirt and like sexy jokes and about anything.
Okay,
so.
Listen. Why don't we actually drink something?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We're going back to episode 1.
Correct.
To talk about that because the amazing thing is people were writing and sending messages saying, what the hell was that Prima Pavé you were drinking?
To get paid
and
for
then
that
people
shit.
were saying to me, eventually we're going to get paid
Oh my
for this
Lord.
shit. In the meantime, we're paying for this shit.
Yeah.
But and then the second episode, you and I did the peak cocktails.
Right.
So, and then we're going to drink something today. So
Yes.
this is the new segment. I think we're going to have to rename it. I don't think it can be called Liquid Joy anymore. You've ruined it. But let's start with the Prima Pavé. So just talk about that.
The one of last week or like 2 weeks ago, whatever it was.
Yes.
So Prima Pavé it's an Italian-made non-alcoholic wine. Actually, they make still wines and sparkling wines. Today is going to be a sparkling. But last week was their Blanc de Blanc, which is, I think, 100% Chardonnay.
Yep.
And I think it's called Biancadore or whatever. I don't speak Italian. And it is vinified.
Really, as you speak everything else.
It is, right. And the language of love, too, if you haven't noticed. And it's like vinified in Italy and everything else and super delicious. And by the way, one thing I want to say, not because I watch my weight, because I'm a pack of bones.
Yes.
But I don't like sugar. I'm just one of those. I'm born not with a sugar taste. And the one thing that I don't want to develop is an addiction to sugar because I don't like it anyway. So all the wines that I happen to like are low sugar.
Okay.
So Prima Pavé is one of those. The whole bottle has as much sugar, I think, than
probably one glass.
No, than a third of a can of Coke.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was that.
Amazing. So, and for all of these, we're going to put links now in the captions and wherever links go. I'm so bad at this stuff, but like it goes in the caption or in the YouTube description, whatever, so that people can find where to buy it.
And the one we have now is also Prima Pavé, but is their sparkling. And the reason we have those little syrups, if I can segue in the other.
Yes, go.
So when I stopped drinking, it became apparent to me that I did not want to drink club soda for the rest of my adult life.
Yes.
So I discovered this service called We Raise the Bar, or We Are Raising the Bar.
Okay.
Fucking amazing.
Oh.
It's kind of like a plated or those Blue Apron, but for mocktails. And the thing is, so you once per month,
I don't know about this.
You get a box, okay?
Yes.
And you got all the ingredients for these delicious mocktails. Most of the stuff is organic and US made and small batched.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll even provide the accoutrements, meaning the little sticks that are cute, even the little like ice cube maker that are in a specific shape. Sometimes you'll even get a cool glass. I mean, it is so, sometimes you have like gold powder or
oh my
petals.
gosh, this sounds amazing.
Oh, no. They're amazing. And they'll do this step by step. It's always easy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you'll have all the little ingredients in the right amount for two people. And they're the ones who made me discover Prima Pavé in this little format.
Okay, so let's drink this one right now.
And because it was Kir Royale, they made me discover these syrups that are organic, small batch made in Maine. And today, I have so many of those, but today I brought, and you can choose what you want, I brought the anise and I brought the 3 chili simple syrup, which is so fucking good.
Okay,
and
I want 3 chili something.
3 chili is amazing.
All right, let me open this.
So, yeah.
Okay,
so
this is the same company?
Yeah, so it's called We Are Raising the Bar. Let me like.
Okay, what on earth?
This is liquid joy, like right there and there. As you see, I mean,
it's like I've lost the ability to open alcohol. What is this thing I have here?
Well, it's not like you brought it straight forward.
Are you
sure? Are you sure that's a bottle opener?
It is the shape of a panther. And
yeah, but are you sure?
Like, isn't that supposed to look like a? I mean, talk about not rehearsing.
Should we do it like with our teeth, like when we were like in our teeth?
No, we're not doing that.
Maybe it's not a bottle opener.
Okay.
Yum.
Here we go.
The anise one is really good.
Okay, so that's anise for you. Let me try the 3 chili one.
Yep.
Is this the 3 chili?
Yep.
Okay.
Yum.
Ooh. And I'm sorry, serving this.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, my love. Santé, sláinte. This is these are my Waterford crystal glasses because that's the other thing. Put a non-alcoholic beverage in a nice
And that's
glass.
the thing. We Are Raising the Bar. We'll send you all the swag. Like you don't need anything.
Oh, that's delicious.
Isn't that good? It's got a kick, but I mean, it's not sweet. It's got that.
I like it, but I also actually want to taste it.
Taste it straight out. Oh my God, this is old school. Straight to the bottle.
Straight out of the bottle. That's delicious also.
Oh yeah, no, Prima Pavé does a really, really good champagne. And they make a rosé too.
Okay.
And all my drinking friends, my friends are still on the sauce, will drink that and tell me it's as good as champagne.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, people that still drink, like my sister was over this weekend and she's like, let me take a sip of your Cabernet Sauvignon. And then she made a face, right? But she, like her boyfriend, husband was like, you just had a sip of wine. So that's the thing with NA wine.
Yeah, it's next to it, side by side. It's a whole different thing.
And if your expectation
is to
for
have
it
the same thing.
Exactly. It's not going to happen. There's no
No,
alcohol
no,
in it. So you don't
no,
have the evaporation on your mouth.
No.
You don't have the same mouthfeel. So you need to give it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's different. And I feel like when I was drinking NAs, they didn't taste the same. They taste different to me now because I completely reset my palate.
And you also have an expectation that you're not drinking wine with alcohol. So it's not going to taste like wine with alcohol. It tastes like wine without alcohol.
It's an alternative.
Correct.
It's an alternative. It's a different drink.
Correct.
That can be consumed with the same rituals and the same surroundings.
And it tastes good.
Yeah.
But it tastes different.
So I also want to talk about, because we forgot to do this last week, in the last episode, in episode 2, we had peak cocktails, because you thought I was saying pea cocktails.
Yeah.
I was like, well, nobody's drinking a cocktail.
And what's in it?
Piss,
like what's the mushroom that's like super good?
No, so listen, you said it made you feel high. And then I got all panicked and I was like, shit, am I drinking something that's... No. So I actually printed out what the hell is in this. So peak cocktails, they are alcohol-free. Talk about no sugar. No added sugar, but only 35 calories. And they have 6 superfoods: adaptogens, nootropics. And here's what's in it: ashwagandha.
That's the thing I couldn't say.
So maybe that's what was making you feel like a buzz.
Yeah.
Curcumin, L-theanine, I don't know how to say that, theanine, lemon balm, tart cherry, not just regular cherry, tart cherry, and zinc. So that's what was in it that was making you feel like, I don't know.
Tingly
and
all
they
over.
come in. So here's the reason I love these, because first of all, they come in a can. They have 3 flavors. So what we drank last week was the last episode was the blood orange spritz, and they also have a lemon juniper and a passion fruit margarita that has like a jalapeno kick. That
and you're asking me not to think of sex when you talk to me this way? Jesus.
Okay, so this is hilarious.
That sounds
That
good.
one, passion fruit margarita, is my husband Andrew's favorite.
Sounds delicious.
He loves this. And now we need to do a whole episode on spouses and how this has how our not drinking has impacted them. But Andrew still drinks. He drinks a lot less.
Same with
And I
Brooks.
have no expectations of him or anyone else to not drink around me. I've none. But I did have one, let's call it request. I don't want to call it a rule. And it was when I stopped drinking, I was like, okay, there will be I need you also to not drink for private time.
You mean sex? What's private time? Oh, dates. Oh,
no,
I seriously need to reset, right?
No. This
because
is
the way you
this
look
is
at
because
me,
I am at the other end of the spectrum. Listen, I grew up in Ireland.
Oh, got
For
it.
Christ's sake, we don't say the word
sex. Oh, got it.
It's
You got.
not-
That's what I'm saying. You're calling it private time.
Yes, I'm calling it.
That's what I thought you were talking to me code. So that's what that is, right? No drinking during private time is no drinking during sex, correct?
Not during, before, or during.
I mean,
absolutely.
like preambling. I get it. Right.
Yes.
I'll call it private time too. I think that's sweet. Hey, Brooks, 4 o'clock, private time, Sunday, close the drapes.
Listen, it's so funny. I mean, I've been mocked about this my whole life. Like, my mother wouldn't say the word
Sex.
Like, listen, it's like you say it even in reference to gender.
Right.
The word is said as a sex quietly.
Got it.
Or you got to swallow the word. You got to.
Again, you're using sex and swallow in the same sentence and you're asking me not to go there. You're making it impossible. By the way, you're fucking guilty of all of this. I'm usually very virginal. My mind is usually blank, but
I'm
you're
so
bringing
sorry.
it on.
I cannot control where your head goes. But anyway, oh my gosh, total like segue into passion fruit margarita.
Right.
But it's so true.
So that's all he's allowed to have before private time.
He is.
Because there's no booze in it. Yeah. I'll get the lemon balm for Brooks. I'll take it to go. I think we're due.
Anyway, okay, so those are the cocktails. Now you need to open another one here. Figure it out.
Can you see how quickly I drank? That gives you an insight.
No, which is why I can see how it was when this was real booze.
I can't. I need real tools, baby. Like, oh wait, maybe the paw is the
I don't
way to
think
go?
it's the paw. I think it's the tail.
And again, stop talking to me about all these like. Shit, like you're doing on purpose.
I'm so
I can't
not
do
doing
this.
it on purpose.
I can't do this.
Oh, you are You're so close. Now everything has sexual
I
innuendo
like
because
that's
of you.
it. And once you start,
Everything.
you can't stop. It's like chips.
Everything.
It's like eating chips. You have one, that's it.
Not,
For the rest of the
listen,
evening.
we're not advertising as a fucking family show, so
No,
it's
we're
all
not.
good.
Private time being one
Holiday
we kept.
parties, holiday
Right.
parties, right? That's. I don't know about you. Like, do you have work parties as well? Do you have?
No, because I kind of work by myself.
I know, but you go and have team meetings all the time. Like you talked about how oftentimes your work meetings and celebrations would have so much alcohol in them.
Right. So I have like lunch meetings. I don't have so many friends, so I don't have a lot of celebrations. No, the joking. But no, so I don't have a lot of work parties, thank God. And when I did, I would drink one glass of wine and get the hell out because I'm not a big work party person. But I did throw a lot of parties in my days.
Yeah.
And whether I was drinking or not, but more so when I was drinking, actually both ways, my anxiety about parties, it's not having people over. I don't care about that. My mother is very anxious about parties too. It's not about it being perfect. I don't care because my point of view is like,
So
well,
what makes you anxious?
I invited you. So if you don't like it, fuck off. You invite me next time. I like going to bed early, and I'm always anxious about people overstaying their welcome and staying too late past what I can summon.
Yes.
And when I was drinking, so basically in my case is like 9 o'clock, I want everybody gone. And obviously usually like they just started, right? So then I would just drink myself through it. You know what I mean?
Right. To give you the stamina.
To just give me like, and I like to not think about it.
Oh my
not
gosh,
think about the anxiety.
liquid courage.
Liquid
Do you
courage.
see that's where I got the play on words for liquid joy? Instead of liquid courage, it's liquid joy.
Liquid courage.
So,
yeah.
but that's liquid courage or liquid stamina. Again,
And it
everything I say now.
And there's
I feel-
nothing stamina. I mean, listen, you say, what's the show about alcohol? So
I
you
mean,
have
we're
to throw in some sex.
absolutely, yeah, go on. Anyway,
So,
so you would
but
drink to
now-
make yourself stay through the party.
And
yeah.
now that I don't drink, and also I think it's also being a bit older. There's a point in your life where you're like, you know what? You're coming over. It's gonna start at 5 and
Yes.
it's finished at 9:30.
Yes.
At 9 o'clock, I ring the bell. Everybody out 9:30, maybe
I love that you
9:45.
have a
That's
dinner
it.
bell. I have to get one of those.
You know, I think also is with wisdom that you're like,
Yes,
come on, now,
100%.
right?
Also,
and-
the older I get, the more important sleep is to me.
right.
I have always been one of those people that sleep. I joke about this all the time. If you want me to give up the secret to anything, if you want
sleep.
to torture me, deprive me of sleep.
Yes.
If you deprive me, I would probably just, I would do anything to say,
Right.
if you let me sleep, I will tell you. But as I get older now, it's like I'm unproductive. I'm grumpy mama bear. I need my sleep. And my
Correct.
husband and my children are so aware of that now. It's like, but I get up, I'm an early bird.
Same.
Have always been an early bird. And I also think that was, when I look back now, I think that was a big part of the hangover problem for me. I was never a person, and I had plenty of friends when we go out to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, they would sleep until 2 o'clock the next day.
I can do that.
I can't do it.
I can't do that.
I can't do it. I would get to 8 o'clock maybe.
That's it.
9 o'clock, and then I'd be up, and then oh gosh, it's
Plus that sleep when you drink. So I'm a
It's a different
sleeper. I'm
kind
like a
of
rock
sleep.
too.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like now that I don't drink, it's like I'm having an operation, right? I'm out.
yeah.
But when you drink, you know, that bloody, like you pass out and then you wake up at 2:30 in the
Oh, gosh, and you have to
morning and
pee
you
so
toss
badly.
and you toss and you toss.
Yeah.
And then you're
Yeah.
dehydrated and there's
Yes.
no amount of water on the world that's going to quench that thirst. And I was the one, I didn't think I had hangovers because I was highly functional,
Yeah.
but now I realize I did.
Yeah.
But it's like that fucking sleep. And you know, your heart start beating
Right,
like us.
right.
Like the
No,
worst.
no,
The
no,
worst.
no, no, no,
The
no.
worst.
It's the worst. It's the worst. So me and parties, it's funny because I've always
You throw
when-
so many parties.
we do. We're a big entertaining household, and I've always been that way.
And huge parties.
Huge parties. And I have, when I was, doing my Sex and the City years in New York, I remember I had a new group of friends over who were mingling with an old set of friends who knew
Right.
me very well. And this is indicative of me at parties, right? I go. I want to be the last person
Really?
standing. But then when it when it happens
Right.
and I'm like out, I can't stand up anymore and I'm so
Right.
tired, I will venture to the bathroom. And I'm talking about parties in my house
got
now or
it.
parties in my
Yeah,
apartment.
right.
I will venture to the bathroom and I will never return. And
You like you hide?
no, I pass out. I go
Oh,
to
you
sleep.
pass out in the toilet?
No, or in the toilet,
Or wherever,
Actually,
wherever.
I'm not going to say that's never happened. But I go to the bathroom, I go to my bedroom
And
to go
hide,
to
and you're like, I'm done.
and then I'll just like, oh, and I used to say to myself, I'm just going to lie down for 5 minutes, and
Right.
then it's over. And I remember at this one party, this guy who's my friend Jerry, who's now one of my best friends in the world. It was his first time in my apartment, and he said to my other friend, he was like, "So, is Maxine okay? I just haven't seen her for a while." And my friend was like, "Oh yeah, she's gone to bed." And Jerry was like, "What? She just like left and went in the other room and went to bed." And she was like, yeah. And I guess that's what they call the Irish exit. And that has happened to me in this house a number of times. I have a very funny story about my wonderful friend Jayani. Same thing, going, I wonder is Maxine gone to bed? And this is like my
That's
house
so
is
funny.
There's still like 6 or 8 people
I
drinking
have
up a
to
storm,
kick everybody out.
and I have like wandered into the bedroom, and then I went. I guess in this occasion, I went to sit on the bed for a minute. I slid off the bed.
Holy shit.
My friend Jayani comes in and she to pick me up, and she's about a foot taller than me. So she's like, I picked you up like a rag doll and just put you in bed. Terrible. Not that I am.
So we're like different drinkers.
We are
like
different
because
different drinkers.
you said you could like spend days and days and not drink, but when you drank, there was not much of an off switch.
Correct.
I think, right?
Zero off switch.
Whereas like I had an off switch around 9 o'clock, but I started very early during the day, and I drank every day.
Yeah.
Like I remember like before I started trying to moderate like 2 years ago, and then I was like, I can't do that. It's too hard. But before I did that, I remember distinctly thinking, last time I did not drink for one day. At that point, I was like 50. And I was like, last time I didn't drink for one day, I remember where I was. I was 30 years old with my friend Orly in Peru on an island in Lake Titicaca. We were hosted by a little village of people. There was no electricity or anything like that. And it was no booze. So I
it wasn't
not
a
drink.
choice. You literally,
it was
didn't
not. And I
exist.
remember we were like hosted in like a village dance. We had to wear the garb and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, as I said, I speak Spanish, so I'm like, I was looking for booze, and they're like, well, the only thing they sold was pisco, which you make pisco sour with. And I was like, fuck it, I'll have a pisco. And they're like, you have to buy the whole bottle. And my friend Orly was like, are you fucking for real? And I was like, shit. I was going to do it, but she made me feel guilty.
So you didn't do it.
So I didn't do it. So I could remember that was the last time I had not drunk.
But so back to parties then. So you would drink at every single party.
Oh, hell.
And then, but then you were able to say, okay, now I'm done.
So yes. And that's something my mom pointed out to me. She's like, I don't think I've ever seen you drunk.
Yeah, that's an amazing accomplishment.
Well, she probably has. I was always a level of drunkenness.
Right. Yes.
But that was always a little, somewhat drunk, but, functional.
Right.
So, so I would be the first one at parties to leave. I would be the first one to
Opposite.
Stop drinking.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, by the time I got to the party, I already had a bottle of wine.
Yes.
Right? So I was not one who gets sloppy.
What do we used to call that?
Functional alcoholics?
No. No, when you drink before you go somewhere.
Cheap?
God, there used to be a term for that, like pre-party or something like that.
Is that what that is?
Like pregame, because it's like a sporting reference.
For me,
oh my God, I sound like such an idiot.
And the thing is, like, if I had a glass of wine at lunch, I couldn't stop. I need to keep drinking. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't feel right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's the whole thing. And for me, very, very different situation because weeks, days, months, no drinking, not an issue. But then, and also, look, plenty of times I could have 2 glasses of wine and go home.
Right.
But there were too many times in my life, or there were lots of times. I never say too many because I have no regrets, right? I have no regrets about all the years of drinking and partying. There's some of the best memories, best relationships, many, many things. So it's just now I don't want to do it anymore.
Correct.
Is for me, it's that like once I got going, it was like fuel. And once I got going, then I didn't want it to stop. And it's the other, you just mentioned trying to to moderate.
Right.
I think that's another thing. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about where he was like, when you go out to parties and you think, I'm in the season now where if I look at my calendar,
It's
so-and-so's party,
every
this
day,
party,
every
da-da-da-da-da,
day.
this person's birthday, this person's Christmas party, this person, and it's like, he was like, I look at it and I think, oh shit, there's so many things I have to do. And if I
But I'm
drink
gonna
at
be
every
drunk
one
all
of
the
those,
time.
I'm
Right.
gonna have a rotten December.
Right.
So then he was saying, I was thinking about, this one, I will go, but I'll only have one drink at
And
this.
is he
Or
able to do that?
No, I said to him, do you think you're going to be able to do that?
Right.
And he said, no, it's really hard. And I
Right.
remember I would say that too. I would say, okay, this is a holiday party. It's on a Wednesday night. I've got so much to do on Thursday. I'm going to go to the party and I'm only going to have one.
Can I
or
tell
two.
you something?
And
that,
do you know
yeah,
what happens after just
what?
one?
What?
Just two.
Well, of course.
And do you know what happens after
Then
just
just
two?
3.
For me, no, then it's the, fuck it.
Of course.
Right? It's like, it's the holidays.
And it's that whole dopamine thing to explain it. Like there's whole physicality behind that.
Yes.
And what I've found out, I told you I read like all the quit lit, especially those that are
Yes.
science-based, because
Yes.
that's what interests me.
Yes.
And once you understand why you can't stop at one, like there's a physical
Oh, absolutely.
reason.
All of this
then
is-
you're like, shit, it makes sense. And I found like in my little like research, should I take my NPR voice? So I've done a research field study. The people like my mom is a complete like one glass of wine kind of girl.
Yes.
So is my aunt. But guess what? They don't like it. They don't like booze. That's
Right.
why. They'll have one glass of wine to do like everybody else.
But see,
But they don't like it. Everyone I know that actually enjoys alcohol,
Yes.
when they have their one glass, they're like, that's good. All of those
are
all
big
of
drinkers.
those have a hard time stopping at
Yeah,
one. The
yeah.
only ones that I've met that are like, I have no problem walking away, they will also say, I don't really like it.
Yeah.
If you ask
I
them,
mean,
that's
look,
what they'll say.
I think, and you know me, I read so much Quit Lit as well. And I can't remember which one it was that talked about the spectrum, right?
It's the gray area drinking, I think.
Yeah, but it's like everybody's on it. She talked about the idea of everybody who drinks
Right.
regularly is a little bit addicted.
Of course.
You're either a lot addicted or you're a little bit addicted. But
Absolutely.
you're on the spectrum, right?
Correct.
Because it's an addictive substance.
Right.
And once you take it, it's and that was goodness, I can't remember which book that was, but thinking about like I have an aunt like that, for example, who has a glass of champagne at a wedding or on Christmas Day. But she will say, oh, I don't really like the taste of it.
There you go.
But so
there you
here
go.
is, someone asked me this week after listening to the first 2 episodes, they said, what on earth made you want to do this? Like this podcast thing,
Okay.
on top of everything else that you're working on
Right.
in your life right now. And I said, you know what? I'm shit sick of the wrong narrative. We talk about this in the description of the show. This show is not to make light of people who have serious addiction issues and
course
are
not.
in recovery, right?
Right.
They have a serious job to do and it's a Herculean task.
Mhm.
I've seen it in my family
Right.
where every single day you have to address the fact that you cannot drink today, right?
Right.
There are those people. Then there are people like your mom and my aunt who are drinking 1 or 2 glasses over the course of
Because
a
they
fucking
really
year.
don't like it.
And they don't
don't
really
like
like it.
it.
But then I say there's everybody in between those, and that's who I want to talk about. Is instead of us saying I don't like it, because I actually now no longer like the taste of alcohol, but because I have tested
Right.
it. I test it all the time when Andrew has a cocktail or a glass of wine. I'm like, let me taste it. And every time I'm like, oh God, I really, really don't like it. So
Wow.
I no longer like the taste of it.
Right.
But it's not that. It's this. Why? Why do we have to keep living in a world where your mom is drinking alcohol even once or twice a year so that she fits in? So my answer to
Right.
this person was, here's why I'm doing it. I would like in the next, I don't even know how many years, for it to become a normal thing to be able to say at a party, I don't drink alcohol. The same way as if somebody offers me a cup of tea and I say, I don't take sugar in my tea, they are not going to go,
They're not offended.
oh, wonder why she doesn't
Right.
take sugar in her tea.
And not
They're
only
not going
that-
to ask questions
Right.
about whether or not I have a problem with sugar.
And
right?
there's also, we're in the world, you're right about, you don't want to live in a world where, we're normalizing alcohol. I'll give you an idea. Like I have a family care doctor who I love. I've known him for 30 years. He's great. He's hysterical. Actually, he leaves my husband every year after his test. He leaves him a voicemail and he's like, it's Dr. So-and-so. You live another year. Like, I think it's hysterical. But anyways, my point is, I'd be like, hey, Dr. So-and-so, I'm up like a bottle and a half a day. You know, when they ask you, do you smoke?
Yes.
I'm up
Oh,
like
I love that you were
bottle.
honest. Nobody is honest.
Hell yeah. I'm super honest. And he was like, that's a bit much. Anyway, social. He would write social. And my point is, like, I was up taking 2 Pepsid AC a day because I would have like stomach issues. And even my gastroenterologist, who's another great doctor, would be like, all right, you might want to reduce a little bit, but let's say you won't, well, take 2 Pepsid AC. You can take even up to 3. Rather than say, shit, Isabelle, like a bottle and a half a day at your age, like for all these years, that's a lot of alcohol. And I remember once I quit, I was like, what's that? And now I don't have to take all this medication. And he's like, no, certainly it's because of the alcohol you're drinking. But he would have never said that.
Yes.
Because it's almost
because
like
they don't want to say it.
No,
Nobody
you don't want to step on someone's alcohol drinking unless they're fall over drunk.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just think we now have more information.
It's an addictive substance.
We have like the number of people since the first 2 episodes have come out that I know that I know either in my life or in my work in this town or places that I visited that will write to me on Facebook or on my newsletter and say, it was the greatest thing I ever did. I never talk about it. Why? It's okay to talk about it.
Right.
It's okay now to talk about it. And the more people that talk about it, the more it is okay.
Right.
And coming into the holiday season parties, like it really is the time for us to, I just love walking into a room now and saying, no, I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol.
And for those people that are like, and I remember that being a drinker, although I was a daily drinker, you're right, during the holidays, I would have like a little bit of the anxiety of, oh shit, all these parties every day.
Yes.
And now I would be drinking more than usual, right? Instead of bottle and a half, then it's like a lot more. And also a lot of these parties, that was another thing, would start like, it would be at 5 o'clock and you haven't eaten anything.
Oh,
and
gosh.
now like you're drinking and drinking and drinking and then you eat at 9 o'clock and nothing is going to soak it up. And then you're doing it the next day and the next day and the next day.
Yeah.
And I remember that anxiety of like, fuck, I'm going to feel like shit for a whole month, right? So for those of you that still drink and you're like, listen, man, I'm not like Mother Teresa. I'm not going to quit like you guys.
Yeah.
Fine. But just know that, let's say your calendar is like ours back in the days when you're like, I can't, oh man, I'm going to be like getting wasted back to back.
Yes.
Know that there's some substitute, maybe just for one in the middle of the week, one of those parties, bring your own swag. And the people are getting better about it. People are getting better at like respecting that you want to take a night off and you can have something delicious and fit in.
Yeah.
And by the way, when I was in Spain and I brought my own poison at the table, people then forget that you're not drinking with them.
Oh my
because
gosh.
you are.
People, it's just the momentary thing.
And then
but
they forget.
It is something that so many people have said to me, I don't want to be the one at the party not drinking. I don't want to be the one at the dinner table that says no thanks to wine.
Right.
It's like, I don't, that combined with, I also think we've talked about this, you and I, a lot about the habitual nature of it. It's like you walk into a room and somebody automatically gives you a drink. Even if you don't want it, you're going to take it.
Right.
Right? It's like, here, marry everything. Let's toast. Let's da-da. So that is the key to a lot of my success is the fact that there is wonderful alternatives.
Yes. And you get that buzz, like not a buzz, but they talk about how you drink alcohol, it creates dopamine and that's what makes you like giddy and wants to get more. But they found that happens before you actually get the alcohol in your system.
Yes.
The mere fact
because it's the excitement
of reaching. So the same thing happens with the AF. The mere fact of reaching for your glass and putting something in it, you're going to get that. And you eventually forget you're not drinking booze.
Yeah.
Until you go home and you sleep like a rock.
Well, and here's when you remember
the party.
You didn't drink booze. Is when you wake up the next day.
Yes.
And, still for me, now over a year of not drinking, still every single Saturday and Sunday morning.
They're pretty good.
I open my drapes and I think, I am not hungover today. And it's just like, It's joy.
That
it's
and those
so
that
joy.
and those fucking texts like, did I piss off someone? Did I ask her if she was
Oh,
pregnant
God,
and
the
she's not like, and like you start texting your friends
regrets.
and you're like, hey, how you doing? The wedding, like she gonna get back to me or not? Right? You're like, and then you have a half hour of cold sweats making your coffee and you're like, and then she replies, oh my God, it was great. I barely remember anything. You're like, thank
my
the
gosh.
Lord.
It's so
Thank the Lord. I hated
have to tell
that.
a story now that I didn't even remember until just this moment. I wonder, and then I want to know if you have an example of this.
I'm sure I do.
I'm sure.
I'm sure I
I'm
do.
sure you do. Where you wake up with a fucking injury.
I thought you were going to say with a stranger, and I was like waiting. Well, my husband might listen to this. It was
Yes,
pre-husband.
Pre-husband.
But with an injury.
Of course.
Wait,
no, with an injury.
Interesting. I never had any broken anything. But I would be like, man, I bruise so fucking easily. I'm always covered in bruises. And now that I don't drink, I am never covered in bruises.
I don't have bruises anymore. So this was a holiday party a number of years ago. And and it wasn't until the next day when I saw this huge cut on my knee. And I was like, what the actual...
Again, like it's really hard. Like you're bringing a lot of guttery type thing to the table.
Oh my God, I cannot believe you went there.
No, but listen.
What?
With the private times and not the cuts on the knees and the liquid joy. Like what? Like, come on now. Like you're making it so hard.
That is not what I was talking about.
How did you get the cut on the knee? Andrew, where were you that day?
So we were at someone's birthday / holiday party and we were leaving, and I love to get dressed up for holiday parties.
Oh, same. Oh my God,
favorite.
I love it
I have
too.
an entire collection of red, sparkly things, heels with big sequin bows and baubles on them.
I love that.
Like, it is my thing.
Right.
And of course, we live in Vermont, where
so you never get to
those
wear it.
heels out to a party.
Right.
No, but now in Vermont, I know the Vermont way. You take those shoes with you
in a bag.
Correct. And then you put them on when you get inside.
Correct.
So anyway, I was a lazy ass leaving the party, apparently.
In your heels?
In my heels.
In the winter?
In the winter.
Oh my God.
Walking
Irish
down
of you.
a ramp that was covered in black ice.
Wow. And you don't remember it?
Wiped out.
Maybe you had a concussion.
It wasn't, no. It didn't hit my head. I hit my knee.
No, but maybe you hit your head too.
No, I didn't hit my head.
Oh, thank God.
But I remember the next day then saying, where the fuck did that cut come from?
Wow.
And then this is what happens. The next day you start piecing shit together. And I was like, oh my God. Did I? And then, of course, then the text messages start coming in.
Oh, no. Are you
okay? And I'm like, oh, shit. Not only did I wipe out, lots of people saw me wipe out.
Hate that I don't have funny stories like that. No, I was like such a well-behaved drunk. I mean, now, people that know me are probably like, well-behaved, fuck you, I know you. But I'm also
like,
not well-behaved
depends.
sober. So that does, but no, listen.
But the bruises.
Regrettable people, yes.
The bruises are exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
Because,
God, yes.
Because you bumped into things. Are you...
More than bumping. And apparently, I did not know that, but apparently on top of it, alcohol makes you bruise more easily, which I did not know.
Oh,
so on top of getting bumped, then it creates much more of a disastrous.
Yes.
And I'm talking like fist big bruises.
Yeah.
And you're like, either had a good time or something went south, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, but now I never have a bruise. Never, ever, ever.
No.
It's
well,
great.
and I don't have cuts on my knees for the wrong reasons anymore.
Well, and those that you get now, you won't share with the world because they were for private times and liquid joy.
Okay, you know how insanely shy and introverted my husband is. And he's behind the glass right now running the sound on this, and he's dying.
He's under the table.
He's literally dying behind the screen right now. I am so thrilled to be going into my second holiday season.
That's right. Same here.
Alcohol-free.
Right.
Actually,
alcohol-free. I've never known you.
Guess what?
Full of booze.
I didn't realize this until today.
What?
It's almost exactly a year since you and I met.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
And look what came up on my phone was the picture of you and I.
At Dorset Inn.
At the Dorset Inn.
Oh. Where, by the way, they do have non-alcoholic wine on their menu without us requesting it.
Oh, yeah,
Pretty
yeah, yeah.
awesome.
No.
And they let you take
have
your own
multiple.
too. And they let you
They
take,
have
yeah, they're
multiple.
really great. Shout out to the Dorset Inn. They're the best in the West. And Chris, the bartender, is top
We
notch.
love them. We
and
love them.
Melissa's
All
the
of
best
them.
waitress in the universe.
They are the best. Well, I
Yes.
don't know where the photo is now because,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's
Okay,
been a
I'm
year.
going to find it, though, before this episode is over. And here's the other thing that we wanted to do today is talk about some of the awesome people that wrote to us.
Look at us.
Just because, listen, I want to tell you something. I didn't tell you this.
What?
When we started doing this, like I remember just saying to you, it was after that night. It was after you and I hanging out for the first time at the Dorset Inn, where I said to myself, oh my God, that was electric. That was so amazing.
Right.
And I feel like people would get a total kick out of you and I talking about this. Like it came to me after just one hangout.
Look at you.
Right? Like amazing.
Right.
But I am an artist. I am a people pleaser. I am someone that wants the audience to like me. And
I gave up on that.
when we did the first couple of episodes, I was vacillating after watching them between this is fantastic, and then 24 hours later, I'm like, oh Christ,
who wants to listen to
shit?
that? That's
I'm
more
like,
my
what?
thing.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, people are going to be like, who gives a fuck about your story?
Right.
Turns out that my inclination or my
Your optimism.
intuition was resonating with people, is resonating with people. So here's a little moment we're going to take. I want to read some of the things that other people said. Okay. Isabelle and Maxine say the quiet part out loud. That's what I was just talking about. That it's time to normalize an alcohol-free lifestyle, but this is no preachy health show. That is correct. Their chemistry and honesty provide fun and refreshing insight into a very trending topic. And that is from Allison K.
Aw. Does she want to be my best friend? The next one is from, he should recuse himself because I've given him vegetables from my garden and I think he's just sucking up.
Who is it?
Ryan M. This is really wonderful podcast, entertaining, informative, resonating without being preachy, literally laughing my ass off.
Oh.
All right, Ryan, another can of tomato sauce for you.
And he's the guy who
introduced us. He's the matchmaker.
Yeah.
And the next one is stories about alcohol's harms have their place, but they don't speak to everyone. This witty Hartford podcast offers a refreshing take. Maxine and Isabelle show how alcohol-free life can bring more connection, clarity, and laughter than you'd ever expected. The pilot was hilarious. Leah P. Well, thanks, Leah P.
Oh, amazing. Okay. I feel like I've had a wonderful visit with you and Isabelle, and I'm looking forward to the next visit. There's so many specific comments you both made that are going to resonate and comfort and empower people to make themselves feel better and live without alcohol. Congratulations on an excellent, impactful first episode. Marge M. Okay, full disclosure. Marge M is my amazing mother-in-law.
Oh,
yeah, and
thank you, Marge M.
She is the greatest mother-in-law in the history of the human race.
Mother-in-laws.
Yeah.
That's
like,
great.
So unbelievably amazing and supportive. Okay, one more. You guys, I listened and I loved it. Love it. Such a good chat, such good banter and dynamic between the two of you. It's out of this world, and I can't wait for your holiday sesh, Kate M. So listen, everybody, write to us. Tell us what you think. The other thing I would love to do, because what these first few episodes have inspired from some of my friends,
right,
is them to ask me questions that I'm like, Jesus Christ, why does it take a podcast for you to feel it was okay to ask me these questions?
I'd like to hear the stories of people surviving the holidays, booze-wise, like the hangovers, the choosing to not drink that one night and how that felt. Because sometimes just one night off is more difficult than just giving it up. Like everybody's different a little bit. And other people are like, no, that my husband can do the nights off and he's fine with that, right? So
and
I'd
some
be
people
curious.
can't do that.
I'd like to hear the stories and the experiences of people surviving the holiday season.
Amazing. All right, look, I found the photo. Now, look.
Oh, that is a good one. That's when I was still blonde.
Also, it does look like you're not that fucking excited. Look at me.
I'm not a good picture person. This is my picture.
You're like, I guess I'm stuck with this bitch. That's what your face
the smile.
looks like.
That's the Invisalign smile. So I'm very gummy. And so I always very mindful of still photos.
You look like the chick from Roxette.
Otherwise, you
in
just
that photo.
see gums.
Have you been told that before?
Chick from who?
From Roxette.
I don't know who's that at.
It must have been love.
I don't know what she looks like.
Okay, look up Roxette. What is
Should I
wrong?
go
You don't
blonde
like
again?
Roxette?
Do you like
Yes.
my natural color?
I love you always.
Oh, shit. You
So-
can't ask her anything. It's
I
always
know.
positive.
Gosh darn it. I'm so full of joy.
Those happy friends, they're happy as fuck.
We are happy as fuck.
There you go.
Oh my God, this was amazing. Tune in for the next session, because the next session, I'm really excited about the next episode. We're going to talk about Christmas holiday, all the holidays, and Hanukkah. Although I don't have any nightmare Hanukkah stories, but I am actually going to tell you about my best and worst Christmas.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is a good one.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of worse.
And the other thing I want to talk about in the next episode is gifting, like presents, giving presents at Christmas, and
Right.
all of that stuff, and the stress that comes around with it. So tune in. Like we said, send us questions. Tell us your stories about surviving the holiday season and the holiday party season. And please follow us, HappyAF Podcast. You can sign up for the newsletter, happyafpodcast.com. We're on all the social places, platforms. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and you can watch us on YouTube. So I am happy alcohol free. I am Maxine Linehan.
And I'm Isabelle. And if it's not been obvious yet, I'm happy but as fuck.
See you next time. Mwah.
Bye.